Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. So about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, we're going to talk about this clown, Gilbert Arenas. I told you this dude's not a grown man. He's a straight punk kid, Gilbert Arenas, man. That's how he acts, and that's what he is. Essentially, we all have seen the news about Gilbert Arenas. Now, I'm not here to talk about what he was allegedly doing or, whatever the charges were or any of that stuff. I wasn't even going to do a video on this. The reason why I'm doing a video is because I saw on Instagram this morning Gilbert Arenas getting released from the police station or wherever the hell he was. And this man was goofing around, joking around like a big kid. This dude is, 43 years old? He's almost my age, I believe, 44, somewhere around there. Gilbert Arenas, dude is 40-something years old. You're a grown-ass man in your 40s, and this dude thinks it's funny that he was arrested and got released, and he was joking around and carrying on. The thumbnail of this video is Gilbert Arenas getting released and him celebrating and carrying on and joking around because he thinks it's cool to be getting arrested at 40 years old and all this, and that's what I'm talking about. I tell you guys all the time, man. These weird LeBron James fans, someone like Gilbert Arenas, they're not grown-ups. They're not grown men. They're just not. Look at how they act. This dude gets released and thinks it's a joke. It's really sad. We're going to talk about it briefly in this video, man. Dude's a straight clown, man. No respect for Gilbert Arenas. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, you know I am truly, truly humbled by all support, man. It really means a lot, guys. Thank you very much. Shout out to everybody in the membership, man. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I know a lot of you guys had, some of you guys had sent me some stuff. And, some of you guys had mentioned the Gilbert Arenas thing. So shout out to all you guys that sent me something and people who have commented. I seen some people talking about this. Dreamers Pro. I saw Too Raw did a video talking about this. I think Uncommon Sense may have touched on this. I think Jordan versus LeBron, maybe Franchise TV, Sports TV. Brandon loves Sports TV. I think some of these guys had touched on this Gilbert Arenas stuff. And I'm not here. Like I said, I wasn't even going to do a video. I was not going to do a video on this. But I told you the reason why I decided to do a video is when I saw Gilbert Arenas being released from the jail or wherever he was being released from, wherever he was being detained or, like I said, whatever was going on. I saw him being released because Gilbert Arenas posted the story to Instagram because this is what Gilbert Arenas does. Everything's for clicks and views for Gilbert Arenas. You see how this all comes back, guys, right? And he's joking around. He's celebrating, walking out of there in some shorts and a t-shirt and some flip-flops like a straight clown, like a straight goof. Zero swag from Gilbert Arenas, guys. And this is what I'm always telling you guys. There are no grown men that support LeBron James. Now, I'm not here to talk about LeBron James in this video, but when I tell you guys that, there are no grown men, no grown-ups that support LeBron James. And guys like Gilbert Arenas, Shannon Sharps, the Nick Wrights, the Kendrick Perkins, these are not grown-ups. They're not grown men that stand on values or principles, right? Just because you're a certain age doesn't make you an adult. It doesn't make you a grown-up. That age is your age, man. So Gilbert Arenas is in his 40s. Like I said, I believe he's 43, 44 years old, whatever the case may be. He's just as old as I am, and he thinks it's funny. He's laughing about getting arrested and getting released, right? And he starts talking about, oh, they can't hold me. I don't know who Gilbert Arenas thinks he is, but dude, you're not that guy. You're not John Gotti. Like, you're not even Tony Soprano, man. You're none of these dudes. You are not cool like that. You ain't one of them dudes, man. All right, so let's get that straight right off the top, man. Gilbert Arenas talking about they can't hold me down and blah, blah, blah. As he's walking out of this place. Like I said, you're posting this to your social media. You're making jokes about this. This, once again, exposes someone like Gilbert Arenas and the kind of person he is. Remember, he was suspended from basketball, basically blackballed from the NBA because the man decided to bring a weapon into a locker room as if he's some kind of weapons expert, as if he's some kind of soldier in the war or something like that. I love people like Gilbert Arenas, all these people that love weapons and guns and think it's cool to carry a gun and, oh, I got a gun. I'm a big tough guy now because I got a weapon, right? These guys are tough when they got the weapons on. These guys are not trained for these guns. These guys can't use these things properly. And I would love to drop some of these clowns in a combat scenario. Let's just drop them in the middle of a combat war zone and see how tough and cool you are with that gun all of a sudden. When everybody else got guns and everyone's using them things, y'all ain't gonna be so loud. Y'all ain't gonna be so cool and so tough, right? Nah, this is Gilbert Arenas though. So let's keep that in mind. Remember, I told you, someone like Gilbert Arenas is a perfect example of when keeping it real goes wrong. All right, and I told you about that Dave Chappelle skit, right? It's a perfect example to sum up Gilbert Arenas' career in life so far that I've seen in the public view. When keeping it real goes wrong. His podcast, Gills Arena, When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. You got a bunch of idiots on there arguing and yelling about nonsense all the time. These guys never, they're always contradicting themselves. Nothing ever adds up. They're hypocrites like a mother on there, man. I told you, they're like a bunch of girls, older women, the Golden Girls, just out there gossiping. These guys are like a bunch of bickering girls. That's all you hear from these guys on Gills Arena. Once again, he's only there for clicks and views. Everything these guys do is to see how many clicks and views they can get. They're chasing money. That's what it is for these guys. So whatever this man did as far as gambling is irrelevant. I don't even give a damn. Whatever this guy did, like I said, I don't care. I'm not the policeman. I'm not here to dictate and tell people what to do with their lives or what they should do or not should do. You do whatever you want to do. But remember, the consequences are going to be there waiting for you. So if you're not, worried about paying the consequences and you want to do X, Y, Z, then by all means go about it. But there comes a point in time in life where you have to start realizing that the consequences, right, outweigh the pros. So, right, the cons outweigh the pros, so to speak, is what we'll say, right? But for someone like Gilbert Arenas, because he's not a grown-up, he's not an adult, it doesn't matter to him. So he's not worried about the consequences. So he'll get arrested. Like I said, great for him he got released, man. I don't never wish harm or bad on any of these people, even though I don't respect Gilbert Arenas. Nobody wants to see anyone go to prison or go to jail for a long period of time. But once again, if you're committing crimes, if you're doing stuff illegal, then you got to be willing to pay the price, man. One of the things that I always used to think about when I worked in the jail, right? And I used to talk to a lot of these guys in the jail. And some of these guys were hardcore criminals, man. That's the only life that they knew. That's the only life that they were going to know. They were never going to change, right? They're set in their ways. This is who they are. This is where they grew up. Not everyone has a great life or a great childhood, a great upbringing, man. So sometimes, we're around certain things and we make certain choices. We make mistakes. And I've told you, we always want to learn from our mistakes. But one of the things that I always used to tell my wife when I used to listen to some of the stories of some of these guys, that live this kind of lifestyle, is I could never live a life where at any given moment I could be sitting on my couch watching TV and I have to worry in the back of my mind if the cops are going to kick my door in or if a rival, gang or somebody's going to be trying to kick my door and do a home invasion because they know I got drugs in the house or they know I keep a lot of guns in the home or I got a lot of money in my house. You know what I'm saying? So I can never be okay with living that lifestyle and having to look over my shoulder all the time. I can't live that way. So like I said, just being able to sit down on my couch at home and having a peace of mind that I don't have to worry about the FBI kicking in my door or the DEA or the police kicking in my door or people surveilling me or listening to my phone conversations. The fact that I can just live my life and not have to worry about those kinds of things is great for me. Like I said, man, that's a peace of mind. These guys, how do you live like that? I don't know. So let's understand that. When we talk about Gilbert Arenas, like I said, it's not important what he was doing. It's his reaction to this. This man thinks it's a joke. He thinks it's all a game. And maybe it is a game to him. I don't know what the charges are, and I could care less. All I do know is I haven't been put in handcuffs in a very long time, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now a lot of us have been there. I've been there myself, guys. You think that being brown doesn't make me get treated a certain way? I'm allowed, and I'm brown on top of it, guys. So a lot of us out there with brown skin, coming from certain neighborhoods with certain backgrounds, we understand this. Like I said, I remember having guns pulled on me because my friend was smoking a cigarette in my car. And they thought it was weed. You had people yelling at me to put the weed out. And we're looking confused. Like, what are you talking about? We're not smoking weed. It's a cigarette. They pull guns on us for this stuff. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have similar stories of things being done to you. I mean, guys, I could tell stories for days of me being thrown over the hood of cars, me being roughed up by police for a suspended insurance, guys. Right? And I remember I got into a scenario where these guys were roughing me up. They were throwing me against the car. I was by myself at night. They pulled me out the car, man, because the guy told me that I had no insurance on my car. When the guy pulled me over, I gave him my ID because I worked in the corrections. I had a corrections sheriff's ID and badge. I gave him that ID and badge. I gave him a valid insurance card to show that I had insurance on this vehicle that I was driving. Wasn't good enough. He's telling me that his license plate readers are telling him that my license or my insurance is not valid. And I'm saying, sir, I'm literally showing you a valid insurance card. It's not expired. It's valid for this vehicle. So I don't know what the issue is, but I have insurance on the vehicle. But not only that, on top of that, I'm giving you a sheriff's ID and badge. Basically letting you guys know, hey, man, I'm on your side here, man. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm just trying to go home. That's all I was trying to do. I was like 2 blocks from my house. Didn't matter. They yanked me out the car. This dude called for backup. They pulled me out the car. They throw me in the back of the car. They roughing me up for no reason. They keep yelling at me, where's your gun? This is what they were saying to me on the side of the road. 10 o'clock at night on a little ass road, man, up in the woods. Ask me where my gun is. And I tell the dude, I don't carry a weapon. I never carry a weapon home with me. My wife don't like this stuff. Never brought the weapon home. Keeping your gun locker at the jail. Miles away. They're yelling at me, where's my gun? I keep telling the guys, I don't have a gun on me. There's no gun. I don't have a gun. They call the dogs in to search for a gun. All while I have a badge and an ID that says I'm an active duty correction officer in a couple counties over in a jail. Didn't matter to them. I'm just another brown dude with a suspended registration or suspended insurance. This is what they were harassing me for. It's like I got pulled over for. I wasn't running from a crime. I didn't rob somebody. I wasn't in a high-speed chase. I got pulled over because they said I had no insurance on my vehicle, even though I showed them about insurance card. Long story short, I ended up getting arrested, taken to the police station. I ended up getting all this stuff happening to me. They handcuffed me to the bench. I'm a correction officer. All of that didn't matter. I was brown first, guys. I was brown first. Remember that. Hemmed me up. I had to call my wife to come get me. My wife was confused. What happened? I don't even know. I didn't do nothing. And you want to know the kicker, guys, here? At the end of everything, right? I had to go to the DMV and find out what's going on with my insurance. So I go to the DMV to get this cleared up. You know what the DMV tells me? It was a mistake between the DMV and the insurance company. There was no communication. So the insurance company had insurance on my car, but the DMV didn't know about it. So the DMV saying I don't have insurance, I get arrested, almost get killed because of this mistake, guys. That's the crazy thing. On top of that, I went to court for this. I went in full uniform to prove a point. I went in full uniform to this court. When I got there, people were looking at me like I was crazy. So I said, yeah, I'm here for court. And they thought I was there to represent myself against a criminal or against some other traffic violation. I'm like, no, I'm a correction officer. I was given a court appearance ticket to come in. They were confused. They didn't even know why I was there. Then when the judge calls my case, I stand up and he's looking around like, why are you here? And I said I was pulled over and I was told to come here because I didn't have insurance. So I went and got all that stuff cleared up, had all the paperwork with me. And the judge was actually disgusted that they arrested me for that and sent me here. How I was treated. Did I have a lawsuit? Maybe so. So once again, guys, I've been in all these kinds of scenarios. I get it. So I'm not here to knock Gilbert Arenas for being arrested. My whole thing is how he acted about it. He thinks it's a game. He's laughing, carrying on, and joking. Dude, you're in your 40s, and you're still getting arrested? For what are you getting arrested for, man? This is insane. This wasn't a misunderstanding. This wasn't, it was a mistaken identity. It wasn't a scenario like me, right? When, like I said, you're getting pulled over, and all of a sudden they're giving you all this stuff for no reason. You know, you did something. You were part of something that was shady, that was illegal to a degree, and you ended up paying the price for it, right? But you think it's a game. You think it's a joke. This is Gilbert Arenas. He's not a grown-up, guys. I tell you, he's a straight clown. This dude gets arrested. I mean, these guys are all about money and monetary things, materialism, clicks and views. So once again, Gilbert Arenas has no honor, no class, no integrity, man. You see what's going on here. But people out here listening to Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas talking about Kobe Bryant and all these crazy things he said. Who the hell's Gilbert Arenas? He's a dirtbag goofball, man. He's a big kid. He talks like a big kid, dresses like a big kid. And look at him acting like a big kid, man. Coming out of a jail or a courthouse, carrying on like it's no big deal. Dude, you ain't 22 no more. This is not cool. This is not cute. Don't this dude got like a grown kid? I'm sure he got like didn't he just get married or something? Your wife is okay with this? She thinks it's a joke, it's a game? How about if your son was getting arrested for this stuff? Do you think that would be funny as a game to you? Like I said, I'm not saying that he did some crazy crime. He murdered someone or he did all this crazy stuff. But damn, it comes a point, like I said, in your life where you shouldn't be getting arrested for nonsense like this. But these guys do a lot of shady stuff, man. Remember, these celebrities, guys, these people that have money, they have access to things that we can't even think about. They're doing shady things that me and you don't even think about, guys. That's just the facts, man. Gilbert Arenas, you're a straight clown, man. Remember, don't listen to Gilbert Arenas, kids. Don't be like Gilbert Arenas out there. Public service announcement. Gilbert Arenas is a clown, guys. Do not be like him. Don't be like Gilbert Arenas. Don't listen to Gilbert Arenas. Don't ever try to be like Gilbert Arenas, guys. And remember, everything he says is a lie. This dude's a liar. A liar. Why would you ever listen to, believe, or get behind someone like Gilbert Arenas? Somehow, some way, people go to Gills Arena. Somehow, some way, people in the comment section of that post were laughing, joking around. They think it's funny like Gilbert Arenas thinks it's funny. Dude, you're an embarrassment, man. And you know, one more thing I want to say, man. I know I'm kind of rambling on here. I'm sweating, man. It's crazy hot in this garage right now. But it's something else I got to say. And this is for like the black people out there. Not even the black people, the pro-black people that want to stand up for Gilbert Arenas and talk about, oh, they're harassing another black man and they want to make it a, a police versus black people thing. We just talked about some of this stuff, right? Let's get one thing straight here. Gilbert Arenas does not represent black people, guys. If you think that Gilbert Arenas represents us, the people, us, the culture, the brown people out there, he doesn't represent us, guys. So I don't understand why some people are going to try to make this seem like, yo, man, they're trying to harass another black man. Don't claim Gilbert Arenas. I'm not claiming Gilbert Arenas. Are you kidding me right now? We're supposed to claim Gilbert Arenas. We're supposed to back him up because he's black? That is the dumbest thing I've heard in my life, man. These guys are not representing blackness. What are we doing here? Like I said, you guys know who classy individuals are. You know who grown-ups are. If you've been around them, if you've been paying attention to what I've been telling you, then you can easily see adults around, people that earn respect from other grown-ups, people who stand on values and principles. You'll see these men. You'll see these individuals out and about. But you have to be paying attention to this stuff, all right? Gilbert Arenas does not represent black people. He does not represent blackness, all right? So all this, oh, man, we got to stick up for Gilbert Arenas because he's a black man. He's being harassed by the police. It's an absolute joke, man. You know, I remember the movie Equalizer. I think it was Equalizer 2, right? And Equalizer 2 was a really good movie. It had a couple of really good scenes in it. But there's one scene in there that's pretty powerful. And I'm talking about Denzel Washington, guys. Remember this, all right? Denzel Washington, you want to talk about class? You want to talk about integrity, honor, someone who earned their respect? You want to talk about someone who represents blackness and represents black people? Represents the culture? Represents what we should all be striving to be like? Then be like Denzel Washington. Anyway, in the movie Equalizer 2, there's a scene there where he's talking to the young brother, right? He's talking to the young black kid, man. And he's hanging out in the projects, man. He's in a bad area, hanging out with some bad dudes, making some bad decisions. He's had a hard life, this kid. And Denzel Washington storms up into that building, man. And he basically kidnaps the kid, basically gets him out of that scenario, brings him downstairs, and they have a standoff. Right? And Denzel Washington and the young kid are going back and forth. And he's like, yo, man, do you know where we are? You know where we are right now? And Denzel's like, yeah, I know where we are. Do you know where you are right now? I know where we are. And he said, this is what you want to be. This is what you want to live like. You want to be like one of these dudes. And what did Denzel Washington say? I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear what the white man did this or the white man that or your mama ain't this or your dad wasn't around. I don't want to hear it, he said. No excuses, man. Life is hard, y'all. I get it, man. A lot of us have been through some bad stuff. But I tell you guys the same thing. As bad as you think that you have it, someone has it worse, man. Someone does. There were people in jails for over 20 years for crimes they did not commit. People sitting in jails right now, guys, didn't commit these crimes. They're in the prisons, though, rotting away, losing their life. And they had nothing to do with these crimes. You think you have it worse than that person? I told you there are kids right now, babies, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, that are blind, have no legs, born with cancer. Are you freaking kidding me? And you're upset because your paycheck is weak, or, your wife ain't that, or your man ain't this, your car is not cool, right? These are things that we're worried about in society. So remember, guys, life is hard, man, but someone's always got it harder than you. Like, I tell you, man, people complain about America, which is a joke to me. You ever been to some of these other countries? You ever been to some of these? I've been to some of these countries, man. These countries are jacked up, some of these countries, man. They're scary places to be. You don't know bombs are going to come down. You don't know if someone's going to walk into some place and just blow everybody up. These people are poor as hell. They got nothing, man. My family, my father's side of the family is from Sierra Leone, West Africa. That's one of the poorest countries in the world, guys. In the world. They chopping off heads for diamonds over there. We're talking about war-torn countries, man. You got people complaining about America. What? Remember, man, it could be worse. Remember, stay humble, man, and appreciate what you have. What you have. Because there's someone else out there that wishes they had what you have. I told you guys about my parents and my family. And what I tell you guys all the time, I'm fortunate to have them. Fortunate. It's not wasted on me, man. I understand the opportunities that I was given. What my parents provided to me and my brothers. I appreciate that. That's why I'm fortunate to have them. So I try to do the same thing for my family. And do the same thing that my dad did for me. And my mother did for me. I'm paying it forward to my children. That's my burden. Gilbert Arenas thinks it's a joke to get arrested in his 40s for nonsense like this, gambling and stuff like this. These guys are clowns, man. It's not funny. It's not a joke. Don't be like Gilbert Arenas. Don't listen to Gilbert Arenas. You guys know that. You guys know the deal. I'll catch you guys on the next one.